is Pastor Dave. I'm here with Kevin and Tom, and this is just kind of a really neat, I think, business opportunity for people to make some additional income, residual income, and Kevin, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Kevin Marinas, and I'm with the company called LER Group, and we're here to discuss an opportunity that's benefiting the end user, which is the customers of electricity and natural gas, and along with creating a network and hopefully a residual income for referrals from you and others. I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years successfully. I understand the market. I understand the problems in the market that customers are seeing, along with sellers, and we're giving the solutions to that problem. And bottom line, we do get the best price in the market for electricity and natural gas, and that's the whole goal. And it's been very successful thus far, working with nonprofits and businesses.
Great. So primarily, you're focused on businesses and nonprofits.
Correct.
Because they usually have a much larger utility bill, right?
Yes, and I understand working with nonprofits, the challenges they face, and the fact that every penny counts. Every penny counts. You
Sure.
can agree to that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I unfortunately, the things I've seen in my time is different companies. They unfortunately take advantage of the lack of knowledge that the decision makers or nonprofits.
Well, can I share an example?
Go ahead.
Direct Energy, okay? They came by, they knocked on our church door, they said, hey, we'd like to offer you guys better rates, so we signed up, and they did. For 1 year, they gave us pretty good rates. I think it was, for kilowatt, it was 9-10 cents a kilowatt or whatever. And then, of course, you're busy, and
you weren't all
the automatic renewal came up, and nobody reached out to us. Nobody contacted us. And one day I look at the electric bill and the gas bill, and it was like almost triple.
Yeah, crazy.
And I looked and I said, that 10 cents per kilowatt went up to like 33 cents. And I called them and they said, I want to cancel. I said, well, it'll take a couple months, 2 or 3 months to cancel. I said, well, I can't afford to do that. It's costing our church, an extra $400 a month because your gas rate and electric rate tripled. So what happened is, in order to get out of it, I just said, I called up the power company. I said, I cancel, shut it off. Shut the power off, shut the electric off, and put it in my name instead of the church. And it'll be in my name. Church will pay for it, though. But I'm going to get PSE&G's rate was, 3 times less. And then I went with another company, Ambit, okay? But you got to keep on it.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I hear a lot is that, there's a lack of account management that happens in the energy industry, and that's one of the solutions that we provide. We always stay on top of customers' accounts. We always, touching base with them from time to time, seeing if everything's okay. And most importantly, when the contract ends, we're there, 60 days ahead of time, 90 days ahead of time sometimes, and hey, your renewal, let's start on your renewal to make sure that never happens.
Right.
Because, like you said, $400 a month, right?
Oh, man.
That's a lot.
That is.
Yeah.
So now, show us your presentation here.
Yeah, so basically, my company name is LER Group.
What's
right?
L period E period R period group? What's LER stand for?
Live energy rates. So this is based on the reverse auction, which is live time, where the suppliers they bid for to win the customer's account and offer the lowest rate. Okay?
Now, who are these bidders?
Well, that's a great question. Now, we use the most trusted, reputable national, local, and regional energy suppliers. All right, Direct Energy, Hudson, Champion, Great Eastern. Most of these companies are publicly traded on the stock. You can look them up. Major Energy, for example, they offer energy to Madison Square Garden. The whole arena.
Right.
All right. So all of these reputable, trusted companies we use in the reverse auction. Our customer is usually seeing about 7 to 15 suppliers in their auction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on an average. Okay. And that's ultimately.
So now, does this auction? I mean, okay. Explain how this auction works. I mean, how many people? I mean, they're just like, okay. Let's say you go to a Dunkin' Donuts and you meet the owner and say, hey, I think I can save your company some money on electricity, and they said, okay, I'll give you a chance. Here's my bills. So what are you going to do?
So what we do is we arrange a time. We have the software, and basically we're leveraging technology. So we use the software, and we upload the usage so all the suppliers can see. We get the historical usage, what are they using in the past 12 months.
Now, how many months?
12 months.
Okay.
12 months. A lot of sellers, they'll just come to you, they'll knock on your door, they'll just sell you a rate and analyze one bill. We analyze 12 months or more sometimes.
What's the purpose of analyzing so many months?
To understand the flow of the customer, their price, to compare the usage, most importantly the usage. And then what we do from there is in the software, we upload the usage and the details and the data, and we arrange a time. We arrange a specific time, about a 10-15 minute auction time, where the suppliers, the brokers from the suppliers, they come in the portal and they all bid against each other in a 10-15 minute auction time.
Now, are they just bidding for this one business?
Yeah.
This one Dunkin' Donut?
Unless the owner has, 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that one owner is getting access to all these suppliers, which is unheard of in the market.
Yeah, but what guarantee can you give this Dunkin' Donut guy that there's going to be more than one bidder? Because if there's just one bidder, he's kind of like stuck.
Yeah, there's not one bidder. There's on a minimum, there's about 5-7 to up to 15 or 20 per account.
And so what you're saying is like, so these, do you actually reach out to them and say, hey, I got a Dunkin' Donut business. Here, the auction is going to be from 9 to 9:15 in the morning Tuesday or something, or what?
Yeah, it's all automated. That's why we leverage the technology. We have our contact points from the suppliers, the brokers, the contract, the different department heads, and the brokers specifically. They get the alert. We're going to run an auction Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Here's the details for the customer. They see the usage, the pattern, the flows, etc. And then all the suppliers, they see that, and then they participate.
Okay.
In the time frame.
All right.
It's a very hyper competitive auction. And
how long does it last?
About 10-15 minutes.
Who closes it?
Whichever supplier is offering the lowest rate.
Okay, so basically,
there's a time limit.
Yeah, there's a time. Oh, who closes it? Yeah, it's a time
say okay, going once, going twice.
Exactly. It's kind of the same concept as eBay or a car auction show. Except it's a reverse auction.
Okay.
Price goes down.
Okay, and so now the price that they offer, is it fixed?
We offer variable and fixed rates depending on the customer's wants and needs. I recommend, and we recommend strongly, to go with fixed rates, especially in the New Jersey market. Variable rate products we sell at times, those are more for high-end users, 1 million kilowatt, 2 million kilowatt, and that's for like a selected time. Let's say they just want to execute a 6-month term.
Right.
Then maybe we talk about variable rates. But as for saving purposes and success purposes, we go for fixed rates.
Now, what about public schools and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Municipalities.
Yeah. Municipalities usually execute 3 to 5 year contracts with suppliers. So, but we can help public sector out as well.
So you're saying it's called a contract?
Mm-hmm.
What if they back out or they say, I don't want to be part of this?
Well, there's no obligation to run the auction. They get all the homework, the analysis, the research, the pricing, and if for any reason they don't want to move forward, they're not obligated to.
Okay, but let's say the Dunkin' Donut guy says, okay,
Let's do it.
Direct Energy's offering it goes to auction. Direct Energy offers the best price. Let's say it's 8 cents a kilowatt, and it's fixed.
Mhm.
He says, "Woo, man!" And you get it,
Mhm.
and you call the guy, and he says, "Okay, all right." Now they start every month. They bill him 8 cents a kilowatt for the next 6 months or a year?
Yeah, like 12 months.
Okay, all right, but
You're asking if he backs out of it.
yeah, what if he says, you know what? I just had a company come and offer me 5 cents a kilowatt. I want out.
Okay. That's a good question. Basically, it is an agreement for both sides. So both sides are making an agreement, the Dunkin' Donuts owner in this situation and the supplier. So the supplier at that market time, so let's say we're running an auction on Wednesday. They go out on market at that time and they purchase that amount of energy ahead of time and offer the rate.
For the whole year?
Yes. So if the customer should cancel, that's why they have to charge an ETF, termination fee, to recoup their losses.
And what could that fee be?
Usually that fee is, let's say they execute a 12-month term. It's the remaining time frame. So if they cancel 6 months down the road, it would be 6 months.
Wow.
And then it would be multiplied times a variable on the market at that
So
given
basically,
time.
They still got to pay for the energy.
you still have to pay for the energy, and so you just stick with it. It's the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's in this situation, if somebody's coming and offering a 5-cent range, you may want to be questioning something like that because it's.
Well, I know that's not a good example. I should
Well,
have
you'll be
said.
surprised. A lot of sellers, they come in and they'll say, "Hey, I got a 5-cent range," but they're not including transmission, capacity, sales tax, and when they bill all that stuff in, and the rate is really 11 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So we offer a fixed rate, sales tax included, everything included,
Now this is kilowatt and also for gas therm.
therms and gas and kilowatt hours.
So can they just choose one or the other?
Yes.
Can they just say, "Oh, I'm happy with my gas service from the VSCNG. I just want electric."
Yes.
Okay.
They can do both. They can choose one. They can do.
Okay. Now, so let's say a sales guy like Tom, he says, "You know what? I want in. I want in.
It was my fault.
I want to start. I want to start going down the street to all these businesses and seeing if they, and he goes door to door or makes phone calls or uses internet advertising. And he gets leads that way, or even phone calls. What's the charge for him to get involved in this with you? And let's talk about that. Is there any charge? Can he get any printed literature from you, or does he have to print it himself? Business cards. Does he need to put that up? What does he have to show, or even an identity badge?
Mm-hmm.
To say, "Hey, I'm representing this company."
Mm-hmm.
Because people say, "Well, who are you?" He walks in with shorts and maybe he,
in the winter
a Hawaiian T-shirt or something, and they say, "Who is this guy?" But he shows his badge. But can you talk about that?
Yeah. So we do not charge to get. What we do is we basically screen out who we want selling for us, because I don't just want anybody selling for us. I already know Tom. I trust Tom. But to answer your question, a referral partner or a seller does not have to pay us to sell our service or refer our service.
Mm-hmm.
Many companies, some companies they do that, and that will basically indicate that they're a multi-level marketing company. That if you have to pay to get in and sell their services, you're
right.
And the money is usually made by recruiting other people.
Right.
And
So what you're saying is multi-level companies. I mean, there's some decent ones out there, but what they compensate the salespeople is much lower than what you compensate at this time. Is that right?
That is correct. A lot of the companies are different. Even even direct suppliers. I mean, they're different on how they have the compensation.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is offer 35%. Okay, and that's among the highest in the industry, 35%. And
now, is that like fixed, or does that? Can you say, oh, next week? Well, guys, I've changed my mind. I'm going to turn it down to 15%.
Yeah, I don't know. That is fixed, and you will, if you agree.
Is it a written agreement?
Yes, I mean if we come to an agreement, it'll be on literature.
And you mentioned that sellers and what referral agent?
Referral partner.
So what is the difference?
Well, you can sell directly. You can build your book of business. You can work on as aggressively as you want. A referral partner is like, if the church wants to set up and hey, I got this one person, or maybe, just I want to refer it to you or something.
So you make less money if you're a referral partner.
Well, you're gonna obviously, if you're a seller, you're gonna reach more people because you're more aggressive.
So you
you'll
get
be
the same
knocking on
commission?
doors. Yeah.
So one's just really more part-time.
Yeah.
Okay, so a referral is, they say, hey, I got this Dunkin' Donut guy. He'd like to meet with you.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you're saying? Or does
for an example,
does a referral have to do the work and
That's what I was.
Yeah.
show the bids and all that?
No, they just if it's for example a commercial or a realty broker, on the commercial side. Hey, I have this lead. You may be interested in. Boom, just give me they just hand off the information.
You do all the work,
And then we do the work.
and we still get the 35.
Mm-hmm. But the beautiful thing about this whole process is that we leverage technology, like I said in the beginning. So even for myself, for the referral partner, and for the seller themselves, that the whole administrative analysis part, all that stuff is automated in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is just run smooth. It's printed out, apples to apples.
So why would I want to be a seller partner if I could just refer everything to you and let you do all the work? I'm getting paid the same.
You can do that if you want.
So that's what I'm saying. What's the difference?
The seller. Well, it depends. What's your goal? If you just want to refer like 1 or 2 people here and there.
That's what I'm saying. So if I'm going to be referring more than that, I'm really going to be a seller partner. You're going to want me to do the work.
Well, yeah, knock on the doors, make the calls, things like that. You see what I'm saying?
I still don't really get the difference between the two.
So let's say pastor, he just wants to, he has like.
Let's say I have 10 pastor friends that have churches,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, hey, Rick, Pastor Rick, down in Union, New Jersey, what are you guys paying per kilowatt? Because I think I can save you some money. Okay, well, are you interested in talking to somebody about it? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to refer you to this guy. He's going to call you within the next day. Okay? See you later. Let me know how it goes. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so then I call you up, you call him,
Mm-hmm.
and then he says, okay, I'm willing to send you my bills, or do you want me to get the bills and stuff?
No, that would be more on the side of the seller.
Okay.
As a we take care of it. Now, if it was the seller would be making the contacts, making the call, things like that. But once they get the bill,
But that doesn't seem fair, like he was saying. That
Not fair to
if,
you.
if I just referred, I'm putting more workload on you,
But I'm still getting paid the same.
but I'm still
Whereas
getting
if I
paid
was a
the
seller
same.
doing all the work, it's still paid.
Have you thought maybe?
I don't get that.
See, what I would do is say, okay,
his goal could just to be
Right.
be just to send me those 10.
That's
contacts.
what he's trying to say. But it's
Your-
more part time.
Your goal could be to get 10 contacts a day and blow up your
Right, because what he's saying is he may not have time to see. Like if you're real busy, you're going to have to do it yourself because he's not going to really have time. That's what he's really saying.
okay.
So if you're just going to be referring once in a while, yeah, just refer it to him. He'll do all the work.
Oh, okay.
But if you really want to sell and make money, do the work.
Okay.
But look, just to simplify
Okay.
from either side, just to simplify it, it's very smooth and automated and streamlined.
Okay.
So the whole goal is just to get the bill, draw up the analysis, get the pricing chart, and make the proposal to the customer. Hey, here's what you can save, and that's it. Get the contract signed. And
Now
signed.
is it hard copy or digital that they sign when you present this information to them?
Yeah, it's hard copy. Either or. Can be either or.
So they can they e-sign?
They can e-sign.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, they can just e-sign their signature on the.
So a
Okay.
3-day
Yeah.
cancellation.
There is.
And then how do we get paid? When do we get paid?
How you? Well, all right. So you get paid. You get paid out about the middle of every month.
Okay. So whatever I closed last month, I'll get paid in the middle of the next month.
Yes, residual income. Now, what I'm looking to next year. What I'm looking at, I'm talking to different companies right now, but it's like contract. It's a avenue we're taking where we may be able to pay out up front. I'm looking into that. There's different rules on that. There is the only drawback is that these companies that are going to offer the upfront do have a percentage charge on the upfront payment, and if we agree to that, if we do, we would just pass that on to the referral, the seller, just whatever percent they charge.
If he wants the money up front, then he's going to get a little less, percentage less.
So LER is your personal company? You made that name up and everything. It's your company?
Yes.
Okay, but now this software that you're using, other people have other companies that use the same software?
Well, before I started my company, I was with another company that they have what they call, they have a reverse auction format. Now, what I've noticed is in my time in the marketplace is that even my time with them is the price, and B, the timeline of the auction. So their timeline for the auction was about 5 to 7 days, business days. Now we have it in about 10 to 15 minutes, and this creates an environment.
Now, is that unique to just yours, or are there other companies doing that too?
Other companies, from what I seen, the other companies usually take about 5 business days or more. They have a reverse auction format, but because the time is spread out so much, it's not as effective as squeezing that time into a 10-15 minute auction.
So what's the organization behind you that runs the auction? Like who organizes that? What is it?
Who owns this software that you're running?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, the software is the software and the licensing and the contacts with the suppliers. This is all taken care of by myself.
Okay, so now, let's say Tom wants to become more of a seller.
Okay.
Does he have to pay you to use this software? Are
No.
you going to give him a login name and all that stuff so he can log in, or can anybody is it just on one site and anybody can do it?
Well, once, like I said, we take care of the administrative part. So once the information, the billing, the things like that, that's sent to us, we take care of it and everything is forwarded to you.
So how many competitors have this software?
Competitors? No, I mean other.
Like who could buy the software? Like someone else could buy it and do the same thing.
Well, yeah, there are other companies that have a reverse auction format, but the way they have it is that they spread it out in like 5-7 business days. And not only that, but in the marketplace, the markup that they put on the rate, it's not as effective as squeezing it in 10.
So I'm saying, how do you, I'm still understanding this. So the way you have it designed, you made that up yourself.
Did you have a programmer design it specially for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an engineer by trade or anything. So it was designed for us.
Okay.
And
now, when you say for us, you have other team members?
Yeah.
How many do you have on your team?
Right now, sellers, we have about 5, 4 or 5.
But you're the president?
I own the company, yes.
So you're the sole ownership?
Yeah.
Sole proprietor?
Yep.
Now, what type of company is this? Is this a C corp or
a sole?
A sole.
For now. Next year, we have different plans.
Okay. I'm going to put this on. I think we got enough.